that tell a story of an intense firefight that would leave more than a dozen dead, militants laying siege to a hotel popular among foreigners working in the country. The UN says the situation in Mali remains highly volatile.
Different duty stations have different guidelines. Obviously, as a matter of course, especially when you operate outside of the capital, there are hotels that are considered acceptable and others that are not acceptable. I have no reason to believe, and I've not been told, that where the Byblos hotel was a place where people should not have been staying.
The UN mission has offered support to Malian authorities in their investigation, in which 4 Malian soldiers and 8 others were wounded, while the UN is increasingly targeted by extremist groups.
The situation in Mali is highly volatile. We've seen an increase in over the past months of terrorist attacks. So I think the security protocols themselves, as far as I know, were followed. But this just underscores the volatility of the situation and the kind of attacks that the UN is being targeted with.
He would not be drawn on details regarding any changes in security protocols for staff in the country.
Duzerik told us that security at all UN missions around the world are assessed on a day-to-day basis as UN staff are increasingly targeted by extremists, whether in Mali or elsewhere. And while the organization has managed to broker a peace deal between the government and Tuareg separatists after a coup in 2012, extremist elements linked to Al-Qaeda continue to undermine the peace gains in the country with attacks like the one on the Byblos hotel. Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.